At this point, I think this shit is funny, but no, it does mean something. You know, it's just, kind of an expression of self, how I feel about the whole gang stalking thing, how it's not over yet. It's not over until people are held accountable. I don't care. I understand that. But but I just sitting there thinking about something. Boycott rent. Okay. So it's like this. I live in Seattle. Right? The median income in Seattle is $49,000. That means they either make less than $49,000 or more than $49,000. In order to live comfortably in Seattle, you have to make between $69,000 and $72,000. Those numbers don't add up. Actually, to live comfortably in Seattle is above the median. And that's a fucking problem. And nobody in this hotel, nobody on this street, nobody on this block, nobody in this area, this neighborhood, this city that would associate with me, that I could walk up to and conversate with at the coffee shop, that is part of my demographic. And I'm not talking about skin color. You better lose that shit. Go look at my channel. Alright? None of us, the people, have control over the cost of living. Do we? No, we don't. So, I'm gonna tell you a story. It's disturbing. So I ran into this old woman at the bus stop. And she's going on about life, and I don't know, for some reason people think that just because it happened to you, it could happen to anybody. No, that's not reality, dude. Everybody's life is different, everything is different. Alright, well, she made some rich friends. She came up across some opportunity, made some rich friends, had some sob story about her kid, and finally she made some rich friends, and now she makes $49 an hour and some bullshit like that. But the one I was happy for, good for you. I'm glad. You're doing well. And then she looked at me and said, "Aren't you glad you get welfare?" What the fuck? Welfare? I'm supposed to be grateful for the fact that I cannot afford to live in my own fucking city, so some scab off of society can pay his fucking car note for a car that I will never be able to afford in my lifetime. And I'm supposed to be grateful for that? Psychology calls this a cognitive distortion. Now, I understand that she doesn't want to lose her job, and that she's fascinated by these rich people and their opulent lifestyle, and she's so grateful. It's not somebody that you should be listening to. Okay? And as far as the AOC lady with the tax the rich, taxation is theft. Okay? And this city is, supposed to be beautiful, but it got ran into the ground with the taxes kept going higher and higher and higher, and everybody drove up the cost of living because they're cheap as fuck. And they're going to take the money out of our pockets to pay for their opulent ass shit while we suffer the consequences. And you give us welfare. Can't do it. It's impossible. That's an impossible business model. You're consuming your own community because you believe some shit, like socialism. So I propose this. Boycott rent. And I got into an argument with these guys. Made this statement in the YouTube channel thing with the comments. And they want to take this stance that Well, it won't matter because they have so much money. You have no idea how much money these people have. And somebody who has been gang stalked, this would be like an attempt. To me, I could take this all types of ways. I don't give a shit. I basically said, well, then they can retire and we'll take over the fucking building. And then it's a tenant-owned building. And then each and every one of those people own their fucking apartments. And the only thing we gotta pay is property taxes and the maintenance staff and the office people. Our rent just went way, way down. Never be so. If there is one thing that got me through the fucking gang stalkers, because they gave me opportunities. Okay? They presented me with chances. Okay? But it isn't about me. Because I see this and I know this is affecting people. More information, after I've done some things, I've came across some stuff. This stuff is starting to pick up and people are starting to notice. There's specifically work on gang stalking. And I don't know if they're gang stalkers and that's a front or if they are. I don't know, I don't care. But obviously, it's acknowledged. And I got this far because I will not be so desperate as to take what other people think I deserve. You don't ever take what other people think you deserve. You make sure you know what you deserve, and everybody deserves a place to live. Everybody deserves clothes on their back. Everybody deserves food, water, shelter, all of that. Decent wages, There's no excuse, and we don't have to discuss what people need or deserve or our rights because we all know them. So, I made the point, that's why I went to the thing where like, oh, well, these people have so much money, because I was like, okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll boycott rent. And, these opulent fucks with their big bills and the $1 million houses and stuff, they're going to dry up. They're going to have to come back to us with better prices, Look, you ain't even close to the shit I've been through. I'm an orphan. I grew up in foster care, basically got thrown out in the streets, tried the military out. At least I got the oath. So, the chances of me reaching your level, are nil. It takes generations for people to build levels like that, or else I've got to be doing some fucked up shit, and I will not betray where I'm from. So, that was my point. That we could negotiate better living prices, because federally the government recognizes that your rent should only be 1/3 of your monthly income. So what we're dealing with in Seattle is extortion. Way beyond. This is illegal. And it's only happening because the government allows for it to happen. Because you know why? Because then they have an opportunity to present you with welfare programs and get you on board with them. And I'm supposed to be grateful. So you let these scabs run their fucking bills up and take it out of my pockets. And I'm supposed to be grateful for you coming along and giving me a piece of paper for welfare. You know how much shit you gotta go through and all the extra rules and control factors they put on you for fucking Section 8 and everything else? You know, if you get a VASH HUD voucher, it's a military Section 8 voucher, you can't fucking grow weed in a state where you can legally grow weed. How about that shit? Because it's federal. So because these people and their fucking welfare programs that we can't fucking we can't exist without, can't live without, because they have to come in and they have to play hero. It's desperate hero complex on their stupid white donkey, all right? Because of that, we have all these extra rules and regulations. Why the fuck do I have to report my income? If we could afford to live, we wouldn't need these things. If we could afford to live, crime rate would be way down. You don't go out and do shit that gets you in trouble unless you have to. Homelessness You fucking kidding me, dude? I came out here to, because it is liberal. I completely misunderstood what that meant, apparently. But I came out here because it was progressive. I heard things about how they shut down white supremacists protesting. You know, I heard there's a lot of construction business out here. I came out here to be part of this community and work this hard, you know, to get these things. That's not possible. Not without just stuff that shouldn't be necessary. There's no excuse for it. And the numbers don't lie at all. So why the fuck would I be grateful for welfare when you created this situation in the first place? See, that don't make sense to me. Psychologically, that can be diagnosed. And it's not good for you or us, because we have to deal with it. So if you've got that much money, take your happy ass to Bermuda and stay in fucking Bermuda. Because you're 3 easy steps from getting hung in the streets. Nobody sits here and takes this shit. And look, they ran this Black Lives Matter thing, but what have they done for anybody? Nothing. Black Panthers created social welfare programs that the fucking Democrats plagiarized. That's the best they can do. Those motherfuckers talk about Trump not being qualified. They had to plagiarize Black Panthers' fucking welfare programs. So who's not qualified? Couldn't even come up with your own fucking programs. So I mean, it's called business. And if you can't perform decent business that everybody can appreciate, you get ran out of the area. You're not doing business here. That's business. Business is not going to the government and being like, I don't give a fuck, I'm not going over that again. That's not business, dude. So if you can't do good business, you need to go somewhere. If you can't live within your means, you need to go somewhere. If I look like a fucking paycheck to you, I got a life to live. I got kids, I got bills to pay. My income is not your fucking, you're not entitled to my income. And if you have a problem with the taxes, maybe you should talk to them about it, because I'm not the one in control of that. That's not my problem. Don't let these people run you.